Hello, and welcome back to Elevate Your Life podcast. I am Monika Arpagon, and I am so thrilled to bring to you part 2 of our conversation with Pamela Gray Daniel, who is a social unity and oneness practitioner. In this episode, we talked about moving through dense emotions and how to move through them and come out on the other side as a more expanded version of ourselves. I am so thrilled to bring this to you. If you are interested in connecting with Pamela Gray Daniel, visit her website at www.pamelagraydaniel.com. Enjoy this episode.
We hear who's going to listen to what I got to say. We say, I'm listening to what I have to say. That's enough. But it is going to land on people who are blessed, by what we have to say, but they can't be blessed by it if we're not willing to do it, to say it, to be it. So yes, so that's for whoever and you, because we have moments where we ebb and flow, right? Where we have those moments where we have this confidence and then we like, where did it go?
But that's part of the process. Expansion and contraction, expansion and contraction. And excuse me. And that's what I've found, not to beat myself down when I feel contracted again, and to trust the process and to know, I say this all the time now, that it's a willingness to come back home to ourselves over and over and over and over again. And I am now feeling like I want to share this moment. So I love how excited you are. You don't even know what moment I'm talking about.
But I don't, but I'm ready to listen with bated breath.
So I was moving through something, and hold on, I'm trying to see, did I share it? I think I already shared it in a podcast already, but anyway, here we are again. And I was moving through something. I was actually standing right here behind me, and I was witnessing the dense emotions that I was experiencing, and realized that I had a false witness that was witnessing the dense emotion, meaning like negative emotion or emotion that just doesn't feel good to feel. And then this false witness was like, oh, you are too needy. You need too much. We can't do this. We don't have time for this. We have kids to take care of. We have a husband. We have a house. We have so many things to do. And there's no time for this pettiness. And I was like, okay, well, let's turn on a loving witness, because we have the wrong witness on right now. And had the loving witness, and I allowed that false witness to play out its thing, and eventually it dissolved and fizzled out, and then I could see and witness the emotions that I was experiencing, and without even trying to shift, I was like, I can take care of this. I've got you, Monique. You're not too much. You're not too needy. And I'm here to fulfill those needs. And that's what it's about. Like expecting the blocks to show up. We were talking about blocks the other day, expecting the blocks to show up and seeing the blocks not as blocks. And when I say block, we're talking about like something emotional. Pamela even talks about blocks being something physical. And there's another one, Pamela, go ahead and shoot it out.
Intellectual block.
And an intellectual block. Those are opportunities for us to be with ourselves, and for us to do the excavation, and for us to see, okay, what's there that is actually not mine? What's there that is actually conditioning? And how can I love this? What is this teaching me? And what wants to emerge? And so love those moments. Expect them to come. Because if you're not in expectation of them coming, then when they come, you can have this false witness coming on and shaming you and making you feel guilty for how you feel. Emotions are just energy and motion. They are our deepest and greatest teachers and learners. No, not learners, teachers. Thank you. And we can trust and lean into the fact that if we feel them with a loving witness witnessing them, that they will move through and dissolve.
Mm. Oh, there was a lot of stuff that came up when you were sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, first of all. It was very beautiful and vulnerable moment, and we all have them. We all have them. And I think there's so much power in us sharing the challenges that we have. I love how you called it a false witness. And then what did you call the other one?
Loving witness.
A loving witness. Ooh, yes. So, so I've been like kind of not toying with, but understanding that the false witness, like you said, you didn't say it in these words, but like this is how it lands for me, is that this is a collection of opinions, judgments, expectations that aren't us. We haven't placed them on ourselves. They're other people's projections in our life that we've given life to. That's the only reason why they can speak to us, right? And so, like, I love your process of how you dissolved that false witness was by saying, oh no, there's a higher perspective. There's a loving witness that can now observe this and even allow this false witness to run its course. But when you put in the loving witness, you know that it presides over all. And now it's not the reality. Your loving witness is the reality. And it's just witnessing the thought forms and false witness that ultimately you get to say, this don't belong to me. This ain't mine. I let you speak, right? And I know that there's something higher than that. And so I default to the loving witness. And I even think that the loving witness, like sometimes that false witness has information for us that can be helpful for us, but it's putting it in a way that is off-putting to us, is triggering to us. And so allowing that loving witness to come in, what it does is it allows it to say, I know Monique, you know, I am the highest, greatest, grandest version of Monique. And let me see what parts of this I can share with her in a loving way, so that now she's able to receive it because it's not from the place of condemnation, shame, expectations of others, all of that. So that's what I got out of that. And that is such a beautiful process, like, to bear witness to. So I just want to thank you for like allowing me to see that process and then being able to, because sometimes we can see somebody's process, but we're like, well, how do I do that? Being able to put it into our own words so that we can duplicate that experience.
And then figure out how you move through it on your own. Like,
yes,
I think like there's, yes, duplicate, but also be open to what you need in that moment, because my process is definitely different depending on what I'm moving through. Like, it's not always that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I love that you said that as well, because a lot of times people will try to sell you on, well, this is what I did and it's 100%, it's going to work for you, right? And I really have this firm belief that we are in this experience and ours is unique. We are unique individuals. We are deciding to have a unique experience. And so we can hear someone's process, but just like you said it in your way, I'm going to say it in my way, and it's going to make sense to how I interact with my inner self. And so, yeah, it's about how do we empower ourselves and how do we allow others to inspire how we empower ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
I love you so much.
Oh. Okay. So I'm looking at a post from someone, Peter Jean, I guess, that I sent you. PETAJEAN_. And in the last slide, it says, this year have it all, that's in quote, and quote, infinite possibilities, unquote, are out. It drowns us. It confuses us. It distracts us. Simple, narrow, and disciplined are in. When we avoid the deaths, we overburden the life. What do you think about that?
Can you read that again? Because I was with it and then I kind of got lost. Okay.
This year,
Mhm.
open quote, have it all, close quote, and open quote, infinite possibilities, close quote, are out.
Okay, can we stop there and I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it saying name all that you want? Don't say infinite possibilities? Is that
So I don't know if this, I don't know the pronouns of this person. They're saying we have this thing of saying, I get to have it all. There are infinite possibilities.
Mhm.
And they're saying, let's stop with that because that's hurting us. There, and it says it drowns us, it confuses us, it distracts us. Simple, narrow, and disciplined are in.
Okay. Okay. That's what I thought I was hearing, but I didn't want to jump to the conclusion because it triggered me a little bit, if I'm being honest. So,
Me too.
okay, good.
Because
Okay, and
immediately I was like, no, I can have it all. There are infinite possibilities.
Yes. Okay, so no shade to whoever posts that.
This is just conversation.
This is just conversation. And again, I'll go back to this idea that we are all here in this experience and we are unique. We are different. We have unique genius, our skills, talents, and abilities. The ways that we work are unique. They're different, and we can't treat everybody the same way. Now, what I heard in that post was that when that person hears, I can have it all, infinite possibilities, it overwhelms them. And they feel more comfortable saying, this is exactly what I want, and eyes on the prize, right? Okay. I can tell you from my experience, that is so disempowering for me because nothing ever happens exactly. Hold on. Cancel. Things don't always happen in the way that we vision in our minds. Sometimes there is a higher vision, and in scripture it'll talk about exceedingly and abundantly more than we could ever ask for, imagine, or think. So maybe my desire like this is too small. Maybe there's something more that if I say I'm open to it, I'm open to receive infinite possibilities, I can have it all, that it actually frees me from having this myopic view. And when I have the myopic view and it doesn't happen the way that I desire or that I envision, I immediately think, no, I don't. Cancel. I have been known to act as if I failed, that I didn't do exactly what I said I was going to do. I set goals in that I say, I want to reach my highest potential. I don't know what that is. And if I say I want to make a 6-figure salary, like that could be limiting. I hate that I even went to salary, but like if I hate that I went to the material right there, but like that was the first thing that came into my mind. So maybe that was for somebody out there. But like if I say I want this, maybe I'm limiting myself. Maybe I have the opportunity to do more and create more. I say I want to create impact in this world. I'm not going to narrow it down because I know that impact could mean anything. And so I think you have to do what feels right in your soul. Like what makes you feel overwhelmed? I love that they know that makes them feel overwhelmed. But don't poo-poo somebody else who says it, right? Don't poo-poo somebody else's way of being because that says, well, the way that I live in this world is the way that everybody should live. And it's not that simple. So that's what I thought about that. What I would love to hear how how that post landed for you and what it made you think about.
I do want to say that this post has many slides to it. So
Okay.
they kind of like explain what they mean, but this was the first slide that I saw. And I was immediately like, no, no, no. Especially since, excuse me, especially since I have been in this season of debunking the old belief that I had that I can't have it all at the same time. I heard an influencer say this, like, moms, you can have it all, but you can't have it all at the same time. And I am now in this season of I can absolutely have it all. And then I see this post and I'm like, what did come up for me is that sometimes we have to say no. Not sometimes. We do have to say no to the things that are no longer serving us. So if you think having it all is having the good and the things that no longer serve you, then yes, I agree with this post. But if you think having it all is having the things that serve you and the greater good of all, then you can absolutely have it all. And then I disagree with this post. And so it just really depends on what having it all is to you and what infinite possibilities you are leaning into. Is it economical? Is it good for you? Is it good for the other? Is it good for the all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that part too. I say, like, is it ecologically sound? Like, does it serve
and I say economical. I think I said economical.
You said economical, but it could be economical. I don't know.
That's not what I meant.
Well, that was my higher self translating for
Thank you.
But yeah, so okay, two things came up. This quote from Neale Donald Walsch, who wrote Conversations with God, which is an amazing set of books. Read it. But in one of the books, he says, we need to recognize that there is enough and we are one. And in all that we do have to recognize that as a presupposition to whatever we're trying to accomplish in this world. There is enough and we are one. And so how can I make sure that, the changes that we are making in our life, it is for the good of all and the harm of none? How is it good for the planet? How is it creating abundance and prosperity? I like alliteration. So I say people, planet, prosperity, and peace. Like how are we bringing about those things in our efforts? If it fits in those categories, it is absolutely possible and it is good for all. So I love that you brought that piece up. Oh, gosh, there was something else and I can't remember it right now, but it's coming back to me.
Yes, it's coming back. So coming back to me now.
That's kind of good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I'm trying to bring it back. I look up when I'm thinking, just so you know.
Yeah.
Gosh.
If you're looking up, that means you're pulling from your visual. If you're looking to the side, you're pulling from your auditory. If you're looking down, you're pulling from like your internal dialogue.
I like that.
Yeah. And then depending on like which side you're looking at, it determines like, oh, she's creating a thought versus she's remembering, or yeah.
Yeah, yes. I kind of do both. So I don't know what that says about me, but
that just, you're searching for it. You're looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I guess it didn't need to be said.
That's all right.
It'll come back.
Well, my dear, we are at an hour.
Wow.
That went by fast.
It did. And it was fun.
Yeah. Um, so is there anything that you would like to share that you wish? Well, let's not say you wish, because we don't live life with we don't live life with regrets. Oh my gosh, can I speak, please? We don't live life with regrets, and our life is definitely unfolding the way that it's supposed to. And if you could go back to your 15-year-old self, what would you say to her?
You know, I wouldn't change anything. I'd be afraid to tell her anything that might change the whole process of where she's going to go. Like, so immediately I'm like, I would just, and oh God, I'm getting teary thinking about it, because I'm aware that this is what my future self has done, which is just been a loving witness, been present, has given me themes to remember. And one of them is the butterfly. Butterflies have been following me my entire life. And in just themes, like my mom used to call me a social butterfly. And when I started my first nonprofit, the logo was a butterfly. And it was really about understanding that this life is a transformation. We are going from glory to greater glory, right? Like, it's not, we don't want to call it from the ugly stage, the caterpillar stage, to a butterfly stage. It is from glory to greater glory. And in the moments where we feel like, gosh, is this ever going to end? Or am I enough? Or, you know, what am I doing with my life? Right? That we can feel the presence of our higher self calling to us and encouraging us and saying, just keep going. Like, I don't think that there's a step that I could have taken differently. If it brought me to something higher, maybe, but I'm so grateful I didn't miss this moment in my life, and everything that I've been through. Everything's remarkable. It has brought me here. And so it would just be, just keep going. You are loved. You are safe. You are held. You're divinely guided, protected, and provided for. And all things are working together for your good.
Amen. Namaste and Ashe.
Woo! I didn't think you was gonna make me cry today, Monique. That was a question. Whew. But I had to hear it. So thank you for being the mouthpiece of spirit to bring that forward, because clearly I needed that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
I love you so much.
Chit-chatting with me. I love you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I feel changed. Yeah.
I do too.
Entering into a space that we knew would be recorded, and just trusting that it would unfold the way it needed to unfold, instead of like scripting what shall we do next, what shall we talk about next. And so this was like another step in trusting my channel, because I went through a process of realizing that I was not sharing because I was experiencing lack, and feeling like, oh, well, if I share, then I'm going to run out of things to talk about. I'm going to run out of things to share. And Spirit was like, trust your channel, trust your channel. And so this was a practice and embodiment of trusting the channel. So I thank you.
Thank you. And I have a question and favor to ask you,
Okay.
because this was also a thank you for being obedient to what Spirit was teaching you through this moment, but definitely teaching me through this moment as well. I know earlier you were going to play a song, and this part doesn't have to be recorded if you don't want it to be, but there's a song that's in my head right now that I really would love to share with you.
Okay.
So, if you could pull up, I think it's called Changed for Good.
Mm.
Do you know the song?
No, but I like the title.
It is from the Wicked soundtrack.
Mhm.
So, if you looked up Change for Good, I'd like for us to just kind of, if it's okay, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this moment was supposed to be. Oh my God. Okay. Whew. I didn't know I was going to get emotional. Come on, Pamela. Get it together.
Okay, I hope that you are enjoying the episode so far. I wanted to interrupt just a little bit to explain to you what just happened because I had to cut it out. I'm not allowed to share other music that I don't have the rights to within the podcast. So Pamela Gray Daniel, she mentioned a song that she wanted to share between the two of us and with you. It's called For Good. It's on the Wicked soundtrack. So let's listen to the lyrics. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. And we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them. And we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Beautiful lyrics. And this is just a way that she was sharing that not only was I changed, but she was changed just through our interaction in this conversation that we shared with you today. So let's hop back into the episode to finish it up. We have just a few more minutes within the conversation.
So you'll have to listen to that at another time, the whole thing, because it's such a powerful song. That whole musical is amazing. But that song was playing in my mind as you were talking, and I just wanted to share that with you. I love you so much. I'm grateful for your being. I'm grateful for all of the things that Spirit is doing through you, by you, and as you. I see you clearly, and I am grateful to know you. Love you so much.
Received. You too.
All right. I gotta go cry. All right.
Ciao.
Ciao. Mwah.